This might be the most sophisticated bass combo on the market. It's a 500 watts 2x10 that has fun stuff like distortions and cap sims built in. Of course it has, it's Darkglass. But it doesn't even stop there, there's more. Let's check it out. Hi, welcome to Bass the World. My name is Gregor Fries and on bass, my 78 Stingray, we have Mr. René Flexner today. And here we have the new Darkglass Infinity 500 Combo 210. They also make a 1x12 version if you're looking for something more compact. Last month we've already tested the Microtubes combo, which I love. It sounds fantastic and comes with integrated Darkglass B3K and vintage Microtubes circuits, making it the perfect all-in-one amp for bassists who use a lot of distortion. The Microtubes combo is analog. This right here goes a step further. It's digital and can be controlled from an app, and it even has fun stuff like an octaver. You don't need the app. Of course, it's the easiest way to arrange the preamps, IRs and effects in your preferred order and allocate different settings to all available outputs. But you can also do all these things from the amp. This switch right here steps through 5 different presets. The factory settings are cool, but you can of course also build your own sounds and save them to these spots. There's even one more when all lights are dim. That's where you go to engage the integrated tuner, which works really well. The LEDs of the faders and the gain reduction lights from the compressor turn into an easy to read display. Let's hear the vintage Microtube sound in here and then let's talk about the controls. The control panel is really clean but packs a ton of functions. On the left it starts with your bass in and headphone out plus the presets button we've talked about. The EQ is sitting on the right in the form of 7 faders next to the master volume, which is also the mute button if you push it once, and it starts the Bluetooth sync if you press it a bit longer. In the middle we have 7 controls, each dedicated to 2 different functions. The input on the left also turns the internal effects loop on and off when pushed once. I'm not going to repeat that, they all work the same. You get the secondary functions by pushing these knobs lightly. Drive controls the amount of gain for distortions and goes through different preamps, and if you hold the button down a bit longer, it's the threshold control for the noise gate. Speaking of preamps, there's something really cool in here. It's called Leo Bass, which probably means it's a simulation of a Fender Bassman tube amp. Let's hear that. Level is the volume for the drives plus the tweeter level. Preset volume lets you toggle between the 7 IR slots and the bypass for those. Comp in the lower row controls the amount of compression. It also works as an on-off switch and lets you decide where to position the comp pre or post the drives. Tone is there to shape the drive to your needs and controls the filter for the octaver. Blend does what it says for the distortions and the octaver. A lot of stuff, but most of it I think won't be needed most of the time. I mean, it's good that the control is here, but again, there's also the app where everything is a lot nicer visualized. I had to change my shirt real quick. It's a million billion degrees today and AC wasn't discovered in this part of the world yet. The Frank It Space Face shirt, available in a merch shop. Now let's turn the gain up. In the intro you've heard the Alpha Omega distortion, here's the B3K. On the back we have a MIDI in, a USB-C port, 2 DI outs, one sits before the preamps, one after. We have a line in, a line out, an effects loop, and finally an external speaker out delivering 250 watts at 8 ohms if you want to turn this combo into a much bigger rig. The 2 speakers are custom made by Eminence. There are 2 bass vents on the front and there's a tweeter sitting in the middle for when you want to hear some nice open top end. combo weighs 17.3 kilos, that's 38 pounds and some change. It's not super light, but far from being heavy, and keep in mind how big it is. With this you can easily play all kinds of clubs, and if the stage are getting bigger you can either attach another cabinet or just stay low profile and send the DI signals to the front of house. I love how Darkglass puts 2 diodes in all their amps now. One clean and direct and one with all the shenanigans. Working with these 2 sounds is a blast. This is how a perfect companion for live and studio jobs should be equipped. And the combo sounds great. There are a lot of digital components in here, but judging from the sound, you could never tell. Great job, Darkglass. Way to go. If you want to get one for yourself, please check the links in the video description below. We're working with a bunch of Darkglass dealers, and if you order this or anything else through our links, they will know we sent you and pay us a little kickback. That's the easiest way to support our channel. You can of course also subscribe, leave a like or comment on this video, all the YouTube stuff. Thanks for watching and bye. Based on